Another cool topic, a rapidly evolving topic, is the one of artificial intelligence. So AI is in the news almost every day, and we thought we'd cover a little bit of where AI fits into the world of ArcGIS, into the familiar tools and applications that you use every day. One key point is to differentiate the two main areas of artificial intelligence within ArcGIS. The first of those is GeoAI, Geographic Artificial Intelligence. And this is a set of tools and capabilities which are rapidly evolving to carry out GIS analysis and data work within ArcGIS, primarily within the web and pro, but also elsewhere. So this is using things like deep learning models to extract information from imagery. Separate to that is assistive or assistance AI. And these are a set of tools, as we saw in the Survey 123 example, where large language models are perhaps being applied to allow it to take your words and to translate that into scripts or text to help you create applications which will run inside your ArcGIS environments. So when we're talking about GeoAI, it can do a whole bunch of things. It can see information, it can analyze it, it can learn from information which you provide to it, it can read text and other things. It can also create in the form of GenAI. GenAI isn't the follow-on to Gen X and Gen Y. GenAI is generative AI, so it's creating new information from existing information. So that's GeoAI, and we'll see some more of that very shortly. But alongside that is this assistance AI. This is a less mature area within ArcGIS, but nonetheless is getting a lot of focus from the development team at Esri. And they're really keen for feedback, actually. What are the areas that you think would benefit most from having assistive AI inside ArcGIS? Is it navigating the help? Is it debugging and finding issues with your scripts? This is really tools that are aimed at helping GIS professionals. In this diagram here on the right, we've got a set of areas where we think assistive AI could be useful to GIS professionals within the applications themselves. But the other area for application is really outside of ArcGIS users, maybe aimed at the public, maybe a assistive AI view on ArcGIS Hub, where they would ask questions like, what day will my bins be collected? It's doing point and polygon analysis on the back end and giving you a result in text. We think that's a really exciting space which Esri are working on right now. Going back to the GeoAI world, pre-trained models are a key part of our work in this area for deep learning. Models that have been trained on existing imagery to learn and then to be replicating those learnings to find objects within other images, for example. There's a number of pre-trained models available, 72 in fact, from Esri and Eagle, as well as from other distributors and contributors around the planet. We do encourage you to check those out. One of those is SAM, or Segment Anything Model from Meta. To show how that's being used along with the object detection models, I want to pass across to Eagle's GeoAI lead, Edward.
Thanks, Scott. So just a quick recap, this is what we have seen at our New Zealand user conference last year. This is a multi-class objects that's got extracted from the area imageries. So the magic under the hood is we are combining all the New Zealand's models and we want to detect all the objects separately. Then we'll merge it with the segment anything models. And this will use the results of what we have seen previously. But this is not where we stopped. We have extended it so that there's the TechSam models that can be used right now. So one of the main benefits of TechSam models is it leverages the zero-shot detections technology. So with this approach, the models can now detect objects that even it have never seen before in the training data. So the best way to see it is through a demos and a live demo. First, this is the oriented imagery that's from an iPhone through quick captures. And this is in Wellington. So if we update the text prompt to circular objects or a manholes, this is what the models will return, a segmented object. So this is just a quick examples of what it can do for us. But looking at it from different angles, now we're looking at area imagery at topo. Taking a closer look, the next thing that we will want to do is if I go to history, I can show you how I can detect object using deep learning tools. and I can set the text prompt to car, and I will be able to extract the cars out from this imagery. Now I can repeat the same workflows to extract the buildings. I can extract the trees. But it seems like this text and models is only extracting the bigger tree. If we take a closer look at the environments tab, we can see the cell size has been set to we can see the cell size has been set to 0.3. Now, I want to update that to 0.1, so that means that will take 10 centimeters. And now you can see the models is extracting most of the trees from the imagery, or even all that exists on this imagery. So this is not just showing how the tools can be used to extract the features in an automated way, but also it can run in scale as well. In just 1 minute, it can extract all these 2,000 features for me. Well, we also understand that not all of the users have machines with graphic cards. So you can also bring this workflows to the cloud. Knowing that the SAM models, it's available on ArcGIS Living Atlas, we can use ArcGIS imagery for ArcGIS Online. This we have already loaded the tile imagery layers. We can go to Analysis, use the tools, and I want to use deep learning to detect object using deep learning. Now I'll be able to select the layers that I want to run it on, which is the imagery layers, and then I can select the models. When I can go to Living Atlas, and then I will search for text, not test, and I can select this and confirm. So now the tools will start querying the arguments, but I've preluded it over here. So what we have to do is just update the text prompt to buildings. We can estimate the credits, we can set the cell size to the right numbers, and then we can hit runs. This will take a few minutes, but it will give you a result like this, where all the buildings it's extracted out. And can go to the history and look at the parameters and the times that's used to get this result. In just 4 minutes, we can get all the buildings out for topos. So we have seen how the AI models and the technologies is ready to be used. So when it will empower everyone, it's when you're ready to use this, to leverage these capabilities on your daily workflows. Back to you, Scott.